All right, but here's what's important though, right? Okay, I just watched the video where I was saying like, oh, I guess like we're sort of right in order to do a political activity like this sort of safely in the sense of safe from the law, but also safe from like, causing, violence, right? You had the furthest bounds I said are like sort of where like, that's where psychiatry and psychoanalysis like set the perimeter. But wait a minute, right? Right. If you are such an individual, right, what did they keep the part that makes it political though, right? Since 2006 people have been trying to get me to kill myself in highly sophisticated ways that in a bunch of different ways. The pill games themselves, by the way, I mean, you take people off their medicine who are alcoholics, and then you know what I mean, like, but also games that use like an inventory of key phrases that are like all from like periods where you were abused in your life, doing games, intent, like, by the way, direct repetitive why questions induce psychosis. Oh, that's the other thing. People have been trying to get me to kill myself or go psychotic and do something violent since 2006. That's what's been happening. Okay? But so it actually, if you're working within the bounds of the thing we're doing, it's political in the sort of sense of like, right. I mean, as the Schmidt would say, it's an existential threat. Right. I had to not give. They're trying to get you to kill yourself or do something violent. And if you make it through, like, and you're just like didn't kill yourself or somebody else or drink yourself to death, or the pill games don't work. The coordinated attempts to induce suicide, which, by the way, it's not like out of despair. The game actually, what they did it to me in New York, and they did it again at Psychoanalysis Place. A person who's really not a person who commits suicide, it induces the immediate impulse as though someone's saying, "Jump out the window, do it now, do it now." It's like that. It's like really like, oh my God, you have to pull back from it. Okay, so there's that, but then also the things they're doing, like part of how I got my nervous system traumatized. They all are intended to induce you to do something violent. I mean, without question. It's one reason why my like nerves and muscles are all screwed up, because from like, whatever energy you have to hold in not to like harm someone else when they're doing that. I'm not a violent person. I wouldn't harm somebody, but no. When they had me like in the psychoanalysis thing, or when they were doing my family. Okay, so here I can kind of say, well, yeah, they know how far they can push me, but that is how I ended up in the emergency room. Because of the game, they finally did games on me until like I had to make a long story short, I ended up in the emergency room. But that's when I broke that glass, and like I'm sure someone saw it when I was like broke the glass, and I said, well, if they come in the room again, I could cut them with this. And then we did the thing where I was holed up in the other room and I regressed to like 10. That was an exciting chapter, right? But I'm saying, right, so if they're trying to get you to, for 2006 for me, to kill yourself or do something violent or die of like, from pill games and like whatever addictions you have, and if you survive that, so in that sense, that's the sense in which this activity becomes political. If you're someone who's going to do this, you have to be suicide proof and psychotic, like violent proof, and like be able to like drink all like vodka all day and like wait for the miracle or like these people to like rescue you. That's the part of it that makes it political, I guess, in that sense. It's an existential threat to the person trying to do the activity. Right? Maybe? Did I get it right?